Okay, teachers, magandang gabi po. Welcome po sa ating pangatlong session tonight. Bago po tayo magsimula, no, I would like to ask, kamusta na po ba kayo? Kamusta po kayo, teachers? Ready na po ba kayo sa inyong upcoming board examination this March? Ilang percent na po ba kayong ready? Pakilapag nga po sa ating chat box, ilang percent na po? So, magandang gabi po, Miss Mary Grace. Ilang percent na po ba kayong ready? Sige nga, pakilapag sa ating chat box. 50%. How about the others? Less than 20%. Mm-hmm. Yung iba po. Okay, so hopefully no, matatapos natin no. I will be having no 5 sessions bago po yung ating tinatawag natin dito, yung summative test natin, okay? This coming February 4. So magkakaroon po tayo ng 5 sessions. So hopefully marami po tayong mako-cover. And after po ng ating unang summative test, magkakaroon din po tayo no, ng another 5 sessions para as preparation po sa ating pangalawang summative test din. Okay, so without further ado po, I welcome you all sa ating session 3, Understanding the Fundamentals of Technology, Livelihood, and Textbook Education. Okay? So hindi na po ako magpapakilala kasi nga po most of you kilala niyo naman po ako. And bago po yan, no, I would like to congratulate yung mga naka-perfect po sa ating first ever quiz. Okay, we have here, shout out po no, kay Sir Romel R. Almazan from Palawan State University. Nakakuha po ng 20 out of 20 na score. We also have here Miss Mary Grace A. Baroa from Colegio de Santo Domingo. And of course, Sir Jeffrey S. De La Torre from Palawan State University. Okay, congratulations po sa inyong tatlo. So bago po tayo, no, we have here, I have prepared our class rules. Number 1 po is to stay muted unless called upon to speak. Number 2 is to show respect to everyone at all times. And number 3 po is to actively participate by engaging the chat box. Okay? Sana nakuha po natin. Let's proceed or we go to item number 1 para makaparami po tayo tonight. We have here, question number 1. You are washing dishes in the kitchen when you noticed water leaking from the sink's water supply. To prevent further water damage, you quickly locate the valve near the sink to stop the water flow. This valve is specifically designed to control the water supply to individual fixtures like lavatories, sinks, and water closets. Which valve should you shut off? Is it A, gate valve, letter B, globe valve, letter C, check valve, or letter D, angle valve? I see a lot of letter D. Tama po ba yung letter D? Okay, teachers, tuturuan ko po kayo, no? Kahit hindi niyo po alam yung tanong, ituturuan ko po kayo kung paano ninyo atakihin yung tanong mismo, okay? Ito po yung tanong natin. We have to analyze the question first, okay? You are washing dishes in the kitchen. When you notice water leaking, okay, nagli-leak daw yung ating tubig, no, from our sink's water supply. To prevent further water damage, you quickly locate the valve near the sink to stop the water flow. Ano po ba klaseng valve? Yung malapit sa ating sink. This valve is specifically designed to control, again, to control the water supply to individual fixtures. Ano po ba yung mga fixtures natin? Tandaan natin yung fixtures po, ito yung mga fixed, okay, na mga items sa ating household. Katulad po ng lavatory natin. We also have here the sinks and even our water closets. Okay, yung water closets po, yan po yung tinatawag natin na toilet. Alright? Ano po bang klaseng valve yung dapat natin i-shut off? Or ma-prevent po or ma-stop yung pag-leak? Is it A, gate valve, letter B, globe valve, letter C, check valve, or letter D, angle valve? Okay, so let's reveal the correct answer here. Of course, letter D, okay, angle valve. Bakit? Ano po ba yung gate valve natin? Yung gate valve po, ito yung ginagamit natin for main water supply lines. Again, tandaan po natin, screenshot. Gate valve po, ginagamit natin for main water supply lines. Pag sinabi naman po natin globe valve, ito naman po yung ginagamit natin to regulate water supply. Again, globe valve, nagre-regulate po siya ng water flow. Again, water flow, yung globe valve. Pag sinabi natin check valve, of course, ang ginagawa niya po is nagpre-prevent po siya na tinatawag natin na, what do you call this? Wait lang po, medyo na-stop yung aking. Okay? So let's go back. Yung check valve po, ito po yung ginagamit natin no, to control the backflow of water. Again, yung purpose po ng check valve natin is nagpo-control, okay, or nagpe-prevent po siya ng backflow of water. And of course, yung best option natin for number one ay walang iba kundi letter D, yung angle valve po natin. Okay? Sana nakuha po natin, letter D po ang tamang sagot sa number one. Okay? Tandaan po natin yung keywords natin. Ito po yung nagpo-control ng water supply from our fixtures, katulad po ng lavatories natin, ng ating sinks, and even our water closets. Okay, papakita ko po sa inyo ano po ba yung itsura ng angle valve we have here. Okay, ito po. Oh. So alam niyo na later kapag mag-CR kayo, paki-check kung may angle valve ba sa inyong near sa inyong water closet. Alright? So number one, the best option po dito ay walang iba kundi letter D, angle valve po. Number two, an electrician is wiring a residential building and needs a cable that provides both protection and flexibility. The chosen cable consists of insulated conductors. Again, tandaan po natin, insulated conductors wrapped in a flexible metal sheath, making it ideal for areas where extra durability. Okay, tandaan po natin ito, no? Okay lang po, no? Sa ating actual board examination, okay lang po mag-highlight po tayo ng mga tanong doon sa ating questionnaire. It's okay, wag lang po sa Scranton. And shielding are required, such in walls or ceilings. Which type of cable is the electrician using? Is it A, underground cable? Letter B, armored cable? Letter C, flat cable? Or letter D, flexible cable? Ano po ba yung tamang sagot? I see a lot of letter B's. Tama po ba yung letter B? Mhm. Okay, so let's reveal ano po ba yung tamang sagot. We have here, oh, it's not moving. We have here yung armored cable po. Okay, number two, armored cable po yung tamang sagot. Bakit? Ano po ba yung underground cable? Ito po yung klase ng cable. Of course, malulocate po natin ito no, underground. Alright, underground po. Yung armored cable, of course, here, oftentimes, abbreviated po siya no, as AC or BX cable. Kumbaga, it consists of insulated conductors wrapped in a flexible metal sheath. Yung sheath po yun mismo, ito nagpo-provide po ng excellent protection against physical damage. Again, tandaan po natin, kaya po natawag po siyang armored cable, kumbaga, kaya niya pong mag-withstand no, sa mga physical damage and of course yung pressures na tinatawag. Yung letter C here, yung flat cable, ito po yung ginagamit natin no, usually po sa ating mga electronic devices. Yung flexible cable naman po, kumbaga, ito naman yung klase ng cable na may high flexibility na characteristic. Alright? So the best option po natin for number two ay walang iba kundi letter B, armored cable. Okay, sana nakuha. We go to item number 3. Ito po yung halimbawa ng ating armored cable. Hindi po ba? Kita nyo yan yung sheath. Okay, we also have here yung steel wire niya. Okay, so masyadong maraming covering po siya, no? Or insulators. Yan po yung ating armored cable. We go to item number 3. A student studying aquaculture. Again, aquaculture is learning about fish culture practices. The teacher explains that fish culture primarily focuses on activities related to breeding. Again, breeding, growing, and managing fish populations to ensure sustainable production. However, one of the options provided is more closely related to business, okay, side of the fish industry rather than the biological or ecological management of fish. Which of the following is not an aspect, which of the following is not an aspect of fish culture? Is it A, fish cultivation, letter B, fish propagation, letter C, fish conservation, or letter D, fish marketing? Ano po ba? We're looking for an exception here. Ano po ba yung tamang sagot? I see a lot of letter D's. Tama po ba yung letter D? Mhm. Sige, lapag lang po. It's okay kahit maligwak kayo dito. Wala pong problema. Fish marketing po ba? How about the others? Mhm. Okay, so let's reveal tamang sagot po natin for item number 3 ay walang iba kundi letter D, yung fish marketing natin. Okay? Bakit? Ano po ba yung fish cultivation? Ito po yung tinatawag natin no, or yung controlled raising and farming of fish species. Yan po ang fish cultivation. Pag sinabi naman po natin fish propagation, this includes po yung tinatawag natin na breeding and rearing of fish to sustain or increase populations. Pag sinabi naman po nating letter C here, yung fish conservation, ito naman po yung nagpo-focus no mainly on preserving fish populations. And of course, yung letter D here, hindi po siya no or kumbaga siya po yung exception kasi nga po related na po siya sa business. Again, related na po siya sa business kaya po siya po yung hinahanap natin. Alright, sana nakuha po natin number 3. Yung answer po natin dito ay walang iba kundi letter D. Okay? So we go to item number 4. Okay, paki-screenshot po ito, number 3. Number 4, an entrepreneur is planning to launch a new product and wants to be evaluate the potential success of the venture. To do this, they decide to analyze both external and external factors that could affect the business. This process helps them understand their strengths, tandaan po natin yung strengths, yung weaknesses, yung opportunities, and even yung threats, okay? Which is considered the best way to assess their project's viability. Which is considered to be the best way to assess an entrepreneur project or business venture? Is it A, environmental analysis, letter B, SWOT analysis, letter C, competition, or letter D, pest analysis? Ano po ba yung tamang sagot? I see a lot of letter B's. Tama po ba yung letter B? Mhm. Okay. Maybe mag-ano kayo, no? Mag-wonder kayo bakit ang haba ng tanong. Actually, sinadya ko po talaga. Para kahit hindi po natin alam yung tanong, pwede po tayo maghanap ng mga right keywords. I see a lot of letter B's. Okay, yung sagot po ay nasa stem na po mismo ng tanong. Yung strengths po, yung weaknesses, yung opportunities, and even yung threats. Alright? So the best option here for item number 4 ay walang iba kundi letter B. Okay? Tandaan po natin, bakit? Ano po ba yung environmental analysis? This includes po yung political, economic, and social trends po. Okay? Environment. Okay? Yung letter C po natin, yung competition, of course, ina-assess mo po no, yung mga possible competitors mo, okay, sa iyong paligid. Like for example, if you have your certain business here, ano po ba yung mga possible na mga competitors mo? Yung SWOT analysis po, ito po yung tamang sagot, no? Kumbaga, evaluate mo po yung internal and external factors, okay? Ito po yung tinatawag natin na strategic tool used to evaluate both internal and external factors that can affect a project or business venture. Kumbaga, ina-allow nyo po, no, yung entrepreneurs natin to identify ano po ba yung strength ng isang business, ano po ba yung strength niya o yung internal attributes that give an advantage. Yung weaknesses po niya, ano po ba yung mga internal limitations po ng iyong business. And of course, yung mga opportunities, di ba? And of course, yung T natin dito, yung threats for external challenges that could hinder yung tinatawag natin na success sa ating business. Right? So the best option po for number 4 ay walang iba kundi letter D, yung SWOT analysis po. Okay? Yeah, maghiway. Ano po? Shout out po no sa mga nakakuha ng tamang sagot. Okay, most of you got the correct choice. We go to item number 5. A metal worker is shaping a piece of metal by hammering it repeatedly, transforming it into a thin sheet. The metal doesn't crack or break. Again, tanan po natin, doesn't crack or break under the pressure, indicating its ability to be formed into different shapes. This property is essential for various applications, such as in the production of metal foils or sheet metal. Which property of metal is being demonstrated? Is it A, ductility, letter B, brittleness, letter C, elasticity, or letter D, malleability? Ang bibilis ng taong bayan. I see a lot of letter Ds. Tama po ba yung letter D? Tama po ba yung letter D? I see letter C as well. Okay. So let's reveal ang tamang sagot po sa ating item number 5 ay walang iba kundi letter D, yung malleability po na tinatawag. Okay? Tandaan po yung malleability, ito po yung property ng ating material that allows to be hammered, rolled, or pressed no, into thin sheets without breaking or cracking. Okay? Yan po yung ibig sabihin ng malleability natin. Pag sinabi nating ductility, ito po yung ability ng ating metal to be stretched. Okay? Kayang-kaya nyo po mag-stretch yung letter B naman natin dito, yung brittleness, ito naman po yung tendency. Okay? Tendency po to crack or break under stress. Yan po yung brittleness. Pag sinabi naman natin elasticity here, ito naman po, yan po ay can return to its original shape. Of course, we're looking for doesn't crack or break under the pressure. Okay, under the pressure here, the best option po for number 5 ay walang iba kundi letter D, malleability po. Tumpak po yung letter D. Let's proceed po sa item number 6. An electrician is installing wiring in a garden area. where the electrical outlets will be exposed to weather conditions. Okay, may expose daw po yung outlets natin sa tinatawag na weather conditions. To ensure safety and functionality, the electrician uses a type of socket, again, a type of socket, specifically designed to protect against moisture and weather-related damage. Okay, which type of socket is used for outdoor or wet location wiring installation? Is it A, waterproof socket? Letter B, special purpose? Letter C, weatherproof socket? O letter D, yung outdoor socket natin? Ano po ba yung tamang sagot? I see a lot of letter C's. Tama po ba yung letter C? Okay, meron din ditong letter D. Of course, the correct option here ay walang iba kundi yung weatherproof socket natin. Okay, tandaan po yung tamang sagot natin dito, yung klase ng socket natin, no, na pwede po siyang ma-expose sa weather conditions ay walang iba kundi letter C. Okay, bakit? Ano po ba yung ibang options here? So let's check. Pag sinabi nating special purpose po, ito po ay designed for specific appliances. Again, yung special purpose, designed po siya sa mga specific appliances natin. And of course, yung correct term natin dito, yung klase ng outlet natin na pwede ma-expose sa weather conditions, ay walang iba kundi yung weatherproof socket natin. Kumbaga, this one is designed for outdoor. Again, designed po for outdoor or wet location installations. Okay, ano po ba yung itsura ng ating weatherproof socket? Ito po siya. Okay, kita niyo po ba? May covering po siya, alright? That's number 6. The correct option po ay walang ba letter C po. We go to item number 7. During a plumbing inspection, the technician notices that water contaminants, again, water contaminants are being pushed back, okay, into the water supply system instead of flowing out. This could lead to contamination of the entire water system, posing a health risk. The technician quickly identifies the issue as a problem with the direction of the water flow. Is it A, water flow? Letter B, backflow. Letter C, pressure. O letter D, harvesting. Ano po ba yung tamang sagot? Pakilapag po item number 7. Ano po ba yung tamang sagot? Again, ano po ba yung pinaka-keywords natin dito? Yung pushed back. Again, yung water contaminants daw ay nagpo-push back, no? Ano po ba yung correct term po dyan? Is it A, water flow? Letter B, backflow? Letter C, pressure? O letter D, harvesting? Ano po yung tamang sagot? Pakilapag po. I see a lot of letter B. Tama po ba yung letter B? Okay. So let's reveal ano po ba yung tamang sagot dito. We have here yung backflow po natin. Bakit ano po ba yung tinatawag na backflow? Ito po yung undesirable reversal of water flow in plumbing system. Okay? Kumbaga yung tubig po na dapat ay diretso na sa ating tank ay bumabalik. Okay? Yan po yung backflow. Pag sinabi po nating water flow, ito po yung general movement of water. Again, water flow po, general movement of water. Pag sinabi naman nating pressure, isa po ito, no? Isa po ito sa mga factors na nagkakaroon po ng backflow. Alright? And of course, yung harvesting natin dito, medyo hindi naman po natin ma-relate sa plumbing. Okay? So the best option po for number 7 ay walang iba kundi letter B, backflow. Again, water contaminants are being pushed back. Yan po yung pinaka-keywords natin dyan. So the best option po for number 7 ay walang iba kundi letter B. We go to item number 8. A student learning manual drafting is working on a technical drawing and is focusing on making the notes. Again, making the notes, dimensions, and specifications clear and professional. They understand that for the drawing to be properly understood by others, all the written elements must be neatly executed. In manual drafting, what is this process called? Is it A, lettering by hand, letter B, scaling, letter C, drawing of views, o letter D, legibility? Ano po ba yung tamang sagot? Okay, tandaan po natin dito, written elements, manual drafting. Ano po ba yan? Lettering by hand po ba? Letter B, scaling. Letter C, drawing of views. O letter D, legibility. Ano po yung tamang sagot? I see a lot of letter A's. Tama po ba yung letter A? Mhm. Sige. Lapag lang po. So let's reveal ang tamang sagot po for item number 8 ay walang iba kundi letter A, yung lettering by hand natin. Okay? Bakit? Ano po ba yung lettering by hand? Ito po ay yung process, no? Process of writing notes, dimensions, and specifications on a technical drawing. in a clear and professional manner. Alright? So in manual drafting po, tandaan po natin na dapat neat and legible po yung lettering. Okay? Crucial po yan for ensuring that the drawing can be understood and interpreted correctly by others. We have here yung engineers natin, yung architects and manufacturers na mag-i-interpret po ng drawing. Pag sinabi kasi natin yung scaling, ito po no, pag-create po ng drawings natin at a proportionate size, alright? Yung drawing of views naman po, of course, nag-i-involve po ito no, ng pag-draw natin or pag-create po natin ng different perspectives, okay? Katulad po ng front natin, yung top, or side views. Yan po yung drawing of views natin. Pag sinabi kasi natin legibility naman here, ito po ay characteristic ng tinatawag natin na clear writing. Right? Legibility po, characteristic of clear writing. So the best option here, we're looking for written elements in manual drafting. The best option po dito, number 8, ay walang iba kundi letter A. Alright? Lettering by hand. So I hope po no, ma-screenshot po natin ito at tandaan po natin baka lumabas po sa actual board examination. Okay, number 8, walang ibang option here or walang ibang correct option kundi letter A, lettering by hand. Okay, ito po. Okay, screenshot po ito, number 8. We go to item number 9. An electrician is setting up a parallel circuit. Again, parallel circuit with 3 light bulbs, all controlled by a single switch. After wiring the bulbs, one of the bulbs burns out. The electrician checks to see how the other 2 bulbs are affected by the failure of the third bulb. What will happen to the remaining bulbs? Is that A will not lit. Letter B, its brightness is reduced. Letter C, its brightness increases. Or letter D, its brightness is maintained. Ano po yung tamang sagot? Okay, we're talking about here the parallel circuit. I see a lot of letter D's. Tama po ba yung letter D? Mhm. Sige, lapag lang po. So most of the answers here, letter D. Tama po ba yung letter D? Okay, so let's reveal the correct option po for number 9 ay walang iba kundi letter D, okay? Its brightness is maintained, okay? Bakit? Bakit? In our parallel circuit kasi, yung mga bulbs natin are connected, no? Connected to the power source independently, okay? Kumbaga, may multiple paths po yung parallel circuit natin. Okay, so it seems like we're running out of time. Babalik lang po tayo after conversion, alright? Yung letter A here will not lead. Ito po ay mali, okay? Tandaan po natin, no, nakaparallel po kasi yung ating connection. Kumbaga, yung kapag malfunction po yung isang bulb, hindi naman po maaapektuhan yung ibang bulbs. Kaya yung option A here ay incorrect. Letter B, its brightness is reduced. Hindi din po pwede, no? Wala naman pong, again, wala pong epekto kapag nag-malfunction yung other bulbs. Yung letter C here, its brightness increases. Of course, hindi rin po, no? Kasi nga po, as what I have mentioned, independently. Okay? Kumbaga, yung bawat bulb po ay connected sa kanilang circuit. Okay, so the best option po for number 9 ay walang iba kundi letter D. Okay, its brightness is maintained. Yung letter A at saka letter C here, actually, pwede po siya dating ma-relate po sa ating series circuit. Okay? Kasi nga po sa ating series circuit ay connected po sa straight line. Okay? One circuit lang po. Okay? Kapag nag-malfunction po yung isa, maapektuhan po talaga yung ibang bulbs natin. Kaya po the best option for number 9, parallel circuit, if we're talking about here, its brightness is maintained. Wala pong epekto. Okay, we go to item number 10. A carpenter is designing a staircase. Again, a staircase for a residential building. To ensure safety and comfort for those using the stairs, they need to determine the proper height for each steps riser. They refer to building codes and industry standards to find the ideal height range for the riser. What could be the standard height of the riser? Is it A, 5 to 6 inches? Letter B, 6 to 8 inches. Letter C, 8 to 10 inches o letter D, 10 to 12 inches. Ano po yung tamang sagot? I see letter B is. Tama po ba yung letter B? Mhm. Sige, lapag lang po. Okay lang po, kahit maligwak tayo dito, it's okay. Wag lang po sa actual board exam. Okay, a lot of letter B is. Mhm. Okay, so let's reveal the correct option po for item number 10 ay walang iba kundi letter B, okay? Yung 6 to 8 inches po natin. Eh bakit? Kumbaga, yung staircase po natin, no, most especially yung riser natin, yung, what do you call this? Yung height po, no, ng ating, yung tinatapakan mismo, okay? Like for example, we have here yung ating hagdan, okay? Yung riser po natin, ito mismo. Yan. Ano po ba yung standard height niyan? Ito po ay typically no ranges from 6 to 8 inches. Kasi nga po yung height na ito ay napaka-safe and comfortable for most people. Yung 5 to 6 here, ito po ay medyo mababa, okay? Medyo mababa po siya or too low. Yung 8 hanggang 10 inches naman po, medyo may kataasan na din. And yung 10 to 12 here, pwede sobrang medyo may pagkataas na, okay? Mas mataas pa po dito sa 8 to 10 inches natin, medyo delikado na po sa ating mga, what do you call this, yung pwede step, no? Medyo delikado na po siya or magkakause po siya ng injury sa atin or prone po tayo sa accident. Yan po yung item number 10 natin. The best option here, of course, it's letter B, yung 6 to 8 inches po. We go to item number 11. An electrician is designing a circuit and needs to determine the type of connection that allows electricity to flow through tandaan po natin, two or more paths simultaneously. This setup is commonly used when multiple devices need to operate independently. Okay, ito po again, independently without affecting each other. What type of connection does the circuit have? Is it A, parallel, letter B, series, letter C, series parallel, or letter D cannot be determined? Ano po ba yung tamang sagot? I see a lot of letter A's. Tama po ba yung letter A? Mhm. Sige, lapag lang po. Okay. A lot of letter A's. Tama po ba yung letter A? Okay, so let's check the correct option here. Of course, yung parallel po natin. Okay? We're talking about here two or more paths. Okay, simultaneously. Kumbaga, yung parallel natin, as what I have mentioned kanina, kapag nag-malfunction yung isang bulb natin o yung isang load natin, hindi po maapektuhan yung iba. Yan po yung parallel natin. Yung series naman po, ito po ay connected in one connection. Kumbaga, pag nag-defected po or nag-malfunction po yung isang load natin, maapektuhan po talaga yung ibang loads. Yung letter C here, ito po yung tinatawag natin na series parallel or yung combinational. Okay, combination po siya ng ating series at saka parallel. And of course, yung letter D here, distractor lang po ito para mas ma-visualize po natin ito po yung example po ng ating parallel circuit. Ito naman po yung series circuit natin. Nakita po natin dito no, sa ating parallel, maraming ano po siya, no, maraming ways dito or yung mga multiple paths, right? And of course, yung series natin here, connected po siya. Okay, connected lang po siya sa isang circuit lang. Okay? So kapag defected po yung isang load, maapektuhan po talaga yung iba. So that's number 11. The best option po ay walang iba kundi letter D. We're looking for two or more paths. Letter A po yung parallel, circuit po yung tamang sagot. Okay, we go to item number 12. A business owner is reviewing the company's financial records and notices a category of debts and obligations that are due within the next year. Again, due within the next year. These are short-term liabilities that the business must settle within a 12-month period. Okay, what is this category of debt referred to as? Is it A, current asset, letter B, current liability, letter C, fixed asset, or letter D, fixed liability? Ano po ba yung tamang sagot? I see a lot of letter B's. Mhm. Okay, 12 months period. I see a lot of letter B. Tama po ba yung letter B? Okay, tama po yan, no? Letter B po ang tamang sagot sa item number 12. Bakit? Yung current asset po natin, oh, ito po yung mga resources natin expected to be converted into cash or used within a year. Yan po ang ating current asset. Yung example po niyan, no, katulad po ng ating cash, di ba? Yung accounts receivable po natin or even yung mga inventory natin. Yan po yung current asset. Pag sinabi kasi natin current liability, ito po yung debts and obligations that a business expected to settle within a 12 months period. Okay? Yung example po niyan, yung mga accounts payable natin, yung short-term loans, and even yung mga accrued expenses. Kumbaga, yung current liabilities natin are recorded on the balance sheet and are used to assess the company's short-term financial health. Yan po yung current liability. Pag sinabi naman po natin fixed asset, ito po yung tinatawag natin na long-term tangible assets. Yung example po niyan, yung mga buildings natin, yung mga machinery, and even yung mga equipment. Again, fixed asset po, yung mga building natin, and yung mga machinery, yung mga long-term tangible assets. Alright? Wala po ito. Distractor lang po itong letter D, fixed liabilities. So yung tamang sagot po for item number 12 ay walang iba kundi letter B, current liability. Alright? Sana nakuha po natin. Number 12, letter B po ang tamang sagot. We go to item number 13. A client enters the salon for a scalp treatment, but upon examination, the stylist notices visible abrasions in her scalp. The stylist needs to determine the best course of action to ensure the client's safety and avoid, or wait, to avoid further irritation to the affected area. Which treatment would be accepted? Is it A, apply an antiseptic scalp treatment with a minimal massage? Letter B, apply an oil treatment with a heat tap. Letter C, advise the client of her scalp condition and reschedule her appointment. O letter D, give a first aid treatment and proceed with manipulations. Ano po ba yung tamang sagot? Mhm. Pakilapag po sa ating chat box, I see a lot of letter C's. Tama po ba yung letter C? Sige, lapag lang po. Mhm. Most of you answered letter C. The correct option po for item number 13 ay walang iba kundi letter C, okay? You have to advise your client of our scalp condition. And of course, i-reschedule mo po yon, okay, yung inyong appointment, alright? Hindi po pwede na ikaw po yung mag-medicate ng iyong customer. Kasi nga po, yung visible abrasions po no, on the scalp indicate that the skin is damaged and sensitive. Okay? Kumbaga, kapag nag-perform ka po dyan ng any treatment on such an area could lead to further irritation. So, hindi po pwede na mag-ano ka dyan, mag-a-apply ka po ng mga treatments, okay? Yung lalagyan mo po ng mga antiseptic, hindi po pwede, okay? Yung ikaw po ay isang cosmetologist, hindi ka po isang medical doctor dyan, okay? So the best option po for number 13 ay walang iba kundi letter C, okay? You have to advise your client. Okay, wait lang po. Medyo meron pang nagjo-join. Okay, you have to advise your client of her scalp condition. And of course, you have to reschedule her appointment. All right, 13, letter C po ang tamang sagot. We go to item number 14. An electrician is troubleshooting a circuit and need to measure the resistance. Again, we're talking about here the resistance within the circuit to identify potential issues such as short circuits or faulty components. They select the appropriate instrument that is designed specifically for measuring electrical resistance. Okay, we're talking about here electrical resistance. What is this instrument called? Is it A, DC voltmeter, letter B, ohmmeter, letter C, AC voltmeter, o letter D, ammeter? Ano po ba yung tamang sagot? Ilapag po sa ating chat box at po ba yung tamang sagot for item number 14. Lapag po kayo. 14, ano po yung tamang sagot? I see letter B. Yes. Tama po ba yung letter B? Okay, so let's reveal the correct option po for item number 14 ay walang iba kundi yung ohmmeter natin. Bakit? Ano po ba yung the rest of our option here? Pag sinabi kasi natin DC voltmeter, ito po yung ginagamit natin to measure. Again, measure po yung direct current voltage. Okay, DC stands for direct current. Pag sinabi naman po nating AC voltmeter, ito naman po yung ginagamit natin to measure alternating current voltage. Again, AC voltmeter, ito po yung ginagamit natin to measure alternating current or AC voltage. Pag sinabi naman po nating ammeter, ito naman po yung ginagamit natin to measure the flow of electric current. Alright? So of course, we're looking for the resistance here. The best option po for item number 14 ay walang iba kundi letter B. Okay? 14, letter B po ang tamang sagot. We go to item number 15. What tools are not recommended? Again, we're looking again here for an exception not recommended. To be used in electronics works. Is it A, branded new tools? Letter B, branded tools. Letter C, damaged tools. Letter D, locally produced tools. Ano po yung tamang sagot? I see letter C. Tama po ba yung letter C? Mhm. Okay, teachers, please bear minded, no? Most especially during actual board examination. Again, inuulit-ulit ko po ito, no? Yung laro po ng PRC, medyo may pagka, ano po, anang tricky din minsan yung tanong, no? And of course, sinasadya po nila, no, na nilo-lower case po talaga yung mga exception, yung mga not, okay, yung except, okay? So, kumaga, kapag hindi ka observant po sa tanong, ligwa ka po talaga sa item na yon. So, dapat be very careful po tayo. And ulitin po natin, no, kapag hindi po masyado natin na-comprehend yung tanong, basahin po natin ulit. Mhm. I see letter C. Yes, tama po ba yung letter C? And of course, let's check here. Ang tamang sagot po natin dito ay walang iba kundi letter C, okay? Yung damage tools. Hindi po pwede na gagamitin po natin yung mga damage o kumbaga yung mga defected na mga tools sa ating electronics works, di ba? So yung brand new tools, pwedeng pwede, di ba? Kapag medyo defected na or nagmamamalfunction na yung mga tools na ginagamit during electronic works ninyo, pwede pong bumili kayo ng bago. Yung branded tools, ito din po, no, brand new or branded, di ba? Yung letter D here, locally produced tools, pwede din naman, okay? So, of course, yung best option natin, we're looking for an exception. Yung letter C ang yung tamang sagot dito, yung damaged tools. Hindi po pwede na gamitin natin yung mga defected na mga gamit. Okay, so that's item number 15, no? Tandaan po natin, no, to avoid potential injury or risk na tinatawag, we have to avoid using defective or damaged tools. Okay, that's number 15. The best option po, it's letter C, damaged tools. We go to item number 16. Printed on the dial of an AM radio is an RF band covering. Is it A, kilohertz from 76 to 90 megahertz? Letter B, 88 to 108 megahertz. Letter C, 16 hertz to 20 kilohertz. O letter D, 535 to 1,605 kilohertz. Ano po yung tamang sagot? I see letter D is. Tama po ba yung letter D? Mhm. Okay, we're talking about here AM radio. Okay? Bakit? Ano po ba yung ibig sabihin ng RF natin dito? Sige nga, pakilapagan ano po ba yung ibig sabihin ng RF? What is RF? Pakilapag nga po sa ating chat box. Ano po ba yung ibig sabihin ng RF? Mhm. Ano po ba yung makapagbibigay ng ibig sabihin ng RF? Yes, very good. Yan po yung radio frequency natin. Okay? Darna, okay? Yan po yung tamang sagot, yung radio frequency. That's for RF natin. Okay? So, let's reveal ang tamang sagot po natin dito. Ay, walang iba kundi letter D, yung 535 to 1,605 kilohertz natin. Okay? Kumbaga, yung radio frequency natin, no, band on an AM radio is specifically, no, designed to cover the frequency range used for AM broadcasting. The frequencies for AM radio stations typically nag-range po yan, no, from 535 to 1,605 kilohertz. Okay? Kumaga, nagko-correspond po siya to the standard AM radio band. Okay? So the rest of our options here, kumaga, ito po ay either for FM radio or other types of frequency ranges. Okay? So the best option po for number 16, we're looking for, or we're talking about here, AM radio. The best option po, it's letter D, 535 to 1,605 kilohertz. Okay, sana nakuha. Paki-screenshot po ito. Number 16, letter D po ang tamang sagot. We go to number 17, light fixtures suspended from the ceiling by chains. Again, light fixtures should be wired in a way that the wires blank. Is it A, will be grounded? Letter B, will not touch the chains. Letter C, will support the fixture. Or letter D, will not support the fixture. Ano po ba yung tamang sagot? Pakilapag po. 17, letter D. Yes, tama po ba yung letter D? Okay, so we are currently 12 here. It's okay. I-recorded naman po ito. Tapag lang po. I see letter D. Yes, tama po ba yung letter D? Okay, so let's reveal the correct option po for item number 17. Ay walang iba kundi letter D, okay? Will not support the fixture. Bakit? Ito po, no? Yan. Yan po yung tinatawag natin na pendant light, okay? Pendant light po, kumaga ito po ay suspended from the ceiling with a chain or pipe, okay? Take note po natin, no? Ang wire po na ginagamit natin dito Shall not serve. Again, shall not serve as medium supporting the fixture but the chain. Okay? So dapat yung chain mismo po yung magpo-provide ng support sa ating light fixture. Hindi po yung wire mismo. Okay? So the best option here, of course, would be letter D, will not support fixture. Okay? Sana nakuha natin? Number 17, the best option po, it's letter D. Number 18, okay, technical drafting tayo. Extended letters of a given height are more legible, while compressed letters, again, compressed letters are used when blank is that A, space is limited, letter B, space is wide, letter C, space is limitless, o letter G, space is adequate. Ano po yung tamang sagot? Binabaha tayo ng letter A. Tama po ba yung letter A? Mhm. Okay. A lot of letter A's. Tama po ba yung letter A? Okay, so let's reveal the correct option po natin for item number 18. Ay, walang iba kundi letter A, okay? We're talking about here yung compressed letters natin. O kumbaga, ito po yung mga narrow letters, alright? Narrow letters or compressed letters. Bakit? Ano po ba yung ibig sabihin ng extended letters natin? Ito po ay yung mga taller or more spread out, okay? Tend to be more legible because they offer more clarity and visibility, okay? Especially po kapag binuview po natin from distance. However, kapag sinasabi po natin o kumbaga yung space ay limited lamang, kinakailangan po na yung compressed letters or yung mga narrow letters yung gagamitin natin, okay? Because ito po yung klase ng mga letters no na shorter and closer together, okay? Hindi po pwedeng space is wide, okay? O medyo spacious, hindi po pwede yan kasi nga po we're talking about compressed letters here. Kumbaga kapag wide yung space here, of course, pwede po natin gamitin dito yung extended letters, alright? O yung mga normal letters natin or regular letters. Yung letter C here, yung space is limitless, of course, yung spacious din, di ba? Yung katulad din ng option letter B natin dito. And yung letter D here, yung space is adequate or yung enough po yung space, pwede din po yung extended letters natin dyan. But we're talking about here, compressed letters or yung compressed lang or limited lang yung space. So the best option po natin dito, it's letter A, space is limited. Okay, sana nakuha po natin. Number 18, the best option here, of course, ay walang iba kundi letter A. We go to item number 19. The actual flow of current is from blank is that A, negative to positive. Letter B, positive to negative. Letter C, positive to positive. O letter D, negative to negative. Ano po yung tamang sagot? Ilapag po. I see letter A. Tama po ba yung letter A? Yung flow of current natin. Okay? Teacher, share ko lang, no, during actual board examination, ito din po yung sekreto ko actually. Kung bakit namin, marami akong ano no, nasagutan, most especially sa Gen at saka sa Proc. Kasi nga po, yung ginagawa ko, nag-eliminate po talaga ako ng mga options doon. Binubilugan ko po yung mga keywords, yung ini-eliminate ko po yung mga distractors, okay? And of course, nag-underline po ako doon. Kapag kinumpare po yung questionnaire ko sa ibang mga kasama ko sa testing room, medyo akin po yung pinakadulo doon. Yan po yung isa sa mga sekreto ko kung bakit medyo marami akong nakuhang tamang items. Okay, so dapat gawin din po natin yan, okay, during actual board examination. Hindi po pwede na sobrang neat yung questionnaire mo. Pwede naman po siyang ipasa, pero mas malaki yung chance mo na makukuha mo yung tamang sagot kapag nag-highlight ka dyan, nag-eliminate ka po ng mga options. I see a lot of letter A's. Tama po ba yung letter A? So let's check. The best option here for your item number 19 ay walang iba kundi letter A, yung negative to positive natin. Again, yung actual flow po ng current natin, no, it refers sa tinatawag natin na movement of electrons. Again, movement po of electrons. Kumbaga, ito po yung mga negatively charged natin. Okay? Yung electrons po natin, nag-move po siya no, from negative terminal to positive terminal. Okay? And of course, yung positive to negative here, ito po yung tinatawag natin na conventional current flow. Okay, papakita ko po sa inyo ano po ba yung pinagkaiba nila. Yung conventional flow natin here, yung flow ng current natin ay nagsisimula po no, from positive, okay, nagpo-flow po siya sa ating circuit here, papunta po sa ating negative terminal. Yan po yung conventional current natin. While yung electron current naman po natin, nagsa-start po mismo, no? Ito po yung normal or actual flow of current natin, okay? Electrons, we're talking about electrons are negatively charged, okay? So of course, nagsa-start po siya sa negative terminal natin here, and of course, nag-end po siya dito sa ating positive terminal. Yan po yung electron current. Sana nakuha po natin. Of course, number 19, yung actual flow po of current po natin ay walang iba kundi from negative to positive. Okay? Pakitake note po yan, no? baka lumabas din po ito. Okay, number 19, letter A po yung tamang sagot. We go to last item for tonight, number 20. What tools are not recommended? Again, ano na po ito, no? Nag-repeat na ito. Not recommended to be used in electronics works. Is that A, brand new tools? Letter B, branded tools. Letter C, damaged tools. O letter D, locally produced tools. Ano po yung tamang sagot? Okay, lapag po, number 20. Nasagutan niyo na po ito. Okay, letter C. Letter C. And of course, let's reveal tamang sagot po dito. It's letter C, yung damage tools natin. Okay? Again, as what I have mentioned kanina, hindi po pwede, no? Nagagamitin po natin yung mga defected na or yung mga damaged tools na mismo sa ating kapag gumagawa tayo, no? Or nag-engage po tayo sa electronics works. Kasi nga po, prone tayo sa injury or kumbaga sa mga hazard na tinatawag. Kapag damaged na or defected na yung tools, ginagamit mo pa. So, hindi po pwede. Of course, yung letter A here, pwede ka rin magamit ng mga brand new tools. Diba? Kapag defective na yung tools na, pwede ka nang bumili ng bago. Yung branded here, pwede din naman. Of course, that's very recommendable, di ba? Letter D here, locally produced tools, pwede rin. Okay? So, of course, we're looking for an exception. The best option here, of course, would be letter C, yung damaged tools natin. Okay? Teachers, pakilapag nga po, ilang items po ba yung tama natin? Sige, pakilapag po sa ating chat box. Ilan po ba yung scores? 20 out of 20. Very good. Pang top notcher na ito. 20 out of 20, 17. Okay. Ready na ito sa ating board examination. At 20 na po. Okay, very good. Ma'am Cyrene, taga saan ka nga po? May I know, taga saan ka po? From Quezon Province. Okay. Okay. How about the rest here? Taga saan po ba kayo? Kilapag nga po, taga saan po kayo? 10 out of 20. It's okay lang po, kahit late. It's okay. Recorded naman po ito. From Marikina City, from Leyte, from Calatagan, Batangas po. Okay. From Negros po ako, no? Ano po. Okay lang po, it's okay. Recorded lang. From Bicol, CBRC, ang bilis ng ating chat box dito. Wait lang po. CBRC, Tandag, Surigao del, ano ba ito? Del Sur? Yes. From Calatagan, Batangas. Okay, shout out po dyan sa Buanga City, Batangas po. Yeah, pretty sure po sa Negros Occidental. Kasi nga po, obvious naman po sa ating accent. Medyo may pagkamalambing po kasi yung boses namin dito. Or from CBRC Tagaytay. Okay. Nag-enroll po ako no dito sa CBRC Bacolod. Okay, so that's it po, teachers, and thank you so much po for participating. So bago po yan, I would like to share a verse here from Isaiah 60, verse 22. When the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen. Okay? Siya na po yung bahala, okay? Gawin niyo po yung dapat ninyong gawin. And of course, kapag para po talaga sa inyo, para po talaga sa inyo yan, okay? Yung purpose po yan ni Lord. So kahit basta gawin lang po natin yung best natin, okay? During our review season, alam na po ni Lord yung mga yung sa loob po mismo ng ating heart, okay? Yan po yung makamit po natin yung lisensya natin. Okay, so that would be all, teachers. Thank you so much po for participating, and hopefully, no, makakapag karoon po tayo ng next session this week again. Okay, thank you so much po. Thank you, thank you. I-end ko po na po ang ating meeting tonight. Salamat po. Thank you so much. Laban lang po. Kahit sobrang hirap po ng ating major chef.